All right. Good morning, everyone, and happy Wednesday. This is Jeannette Echevarria with the Freedom Network, and it is Wednesdays Unplugged. And I want us to all kind of just have collaborative, conversations, candid, unfiltered, just really raw information that we can all share and grow from. Just a few seconds ago, we were just discussing like masterminding together, collaboration, right? Talking about what events are happening behind the scenes. And this is the conversation I actually want to have with you guys today is about events. Um, I hear a lot of you having great success stories on events that you guys each create on your very own, and I really want to tap into that. Like, what is it really does it take to have events? Having events, sometimes we all want to have that perfect event, right? We all want to have the maximum exposure, more the marketing has to be on point. And sometimes we just got to stop analyzing and having so much stress around it and just do it. And so I used to coach under someone who had very successful events. He started from growing events, small events, just like listing presentations, to agents to help them grow, right? Buyer consultations or buyer events, seminars, things like that. Just small events. He used to tell us. I used to have like maybe one or two people in the room. Then it went to 10. The most important lesson that he took away from that is he had to be consistent, and so every month he had an event, no matter what. He didn't even know the theme sometimes, right? Unless like maybe 2 weeks prior, but he had an event every month, right? And then coming up with the topic. And so at least you commit yourself to doing the event, then you come up with the actual topic. And from that topic, you got to now break it down into what is really your narrative. Who is your audience, right? Who do you want to come to your event and for what purpose, right? And so I would say is always stay true to yourself because that's really how I drive my business. Good morning, everybody. Really stay true to yourself and what you're good at, right? Your niche. And so I have a few people here who have been doing events very successfully and some upcoming, some very consistent. We have from in-person community events, charity events, and we also have some virtual events. And so I would love to invite these people up front. Um, I don't know, Tanya, are you able to come back to us and kind of share with you your upcoming event? I know it's something very different, very outside the box, and
Yeah.
I mean, it has the actual cover alone. It's going to attract people because it's something very unique and interesting,
Right.
and it's a new experience for many people. But I would love to hear of what made you thought of that, and also what do you expect, getting out, getting from that event.
Yeah. So it's going to be, I'm doing an art auction at a local Kitty Kingdom cafe. They're kind of the new thing here.
What
Um,
is that? Tell
and
us, tell us.
yeah, so what that is Julie owns a cafe, and there's two rooms on the side that are full of cats that are adoptable that can walk around and are not caged. And so they live there. And then you can come in, you can have wine, you can have beer, you can have sandwich. She does birthday parties. She does, you can pop in, even if you can't have a cat right now, but you want to support, you can spend an hour with the cats for like $10 and, stuff like that. So it just really helps the community and keeping cats off the street. And it just warms my heart. And that's where we got one of our cats from. So I connected with the
Wow.
owner, and she, I asked her about doing some events and stuff like that and being involved. And it was about 6 months later, she called me and she was like, "Hey, I'm thinking of you. I want to do something. Let's do something together." And she's got some artwork that she's collected herself over the years that she wants to donate or, have an auction. And the proceeds go to the kingdom. So we decided we would do a art auction, kind of like a nice upscale adult only, preferably event. So we went to Big Ugly Brewing, which is down the street. It's one of the biggest breweries here in Chesapeake. So they're coming in with their waitresses to and donating beer. So we're gonna have flights of beer. The art auction, George Temple, my local lender's involved. We're gonna have a new menu that she's bringing out that night. Sponsors,
Wow,
I've got
nice.
art. Yeah, so I mean, I could keep going. It's gonna be a lot of fun. So that's where we're at. I think Jeannie, you might have posted the flyer we created. Um, and so basically we're going live every Friday, showing the artwork, talking about how LPT is involved, what the Kitty Kingdom Cafe does, and then the biggest thing she did was give me about 1,000 people on a spreadsheet that are her clients that I can call afterwards and say, hey,
Wow.
you didn't win the basket. But here's the deal. Thank you for all your support. And I'll come up with some kind of role play or script to call these people, but just the connection alone is going to be hopefully great for all of us, JME Elite, and the new first event for us as a team as well. So I'm excited.
It's so exciting. I mean, it's
Oh,
just
and the other
something
thing
so
too,
different. Yeah.
the other thing too, sorry, I'm connected with a lot of veterinarians. So, I've got 3 animals. So, and one of my best friends runs a huge veterinarian clinic. So they are closing their office, buying all their staff tickets, coming in. They'll have a little table as well. So, and then we've got some nurses that are coming. So it's going to be a lot of fun.
Oh my gosh. No, it's just more and more and more value that you're adding, but to
Oh,
your
thanks.
community, which
Yeah,
is
it's going to
gonna,
be fun.
it just stands out. It's not, yes, there's education events, right? And then you're just wowing, I think, everybody. I mean, for sure myself, because now you're
Oh,
talking about art auction. You're
yeah.
talking about a cause to help a local business owner as well have exposure. You're all having exposure to the community, helping
No, thank you.
adopting animals. Like, it's just so many different pluses there, and it's fun and it's different. Like, I
Yeah,
mean, people are gonna have, that there's a therapy to you going also and spending time with animals,
right,
like, it is something. So you're gonna have people in such a really fun and great mindset that they're just
right.
gonna be open to whatever you're gonna be giving, which you're gonna
Oh,
be
thank
just talking about your awesomeness and how you reach out to your community and you're the best realtor there. There you go.
Oh, that's right. Buy a house, buy a cat, buy a house.
Buy a house first and then we get to the cat.
Yeah, yeah. Get the house first, then we'll get the cat. So
Oh,
it'll
I
be
love
fun.
it. So
Buy a
thank you
bigger
so
house,
much.
get more
So much
cats.
fun.
Yeah, right. Exactly. Now you need
Yeah,
a
buy a
cat
bigger
room.
house, more cats.
And so now Tanya has a big task after the event. Imagine that. So the follow-up, right? We
The
always talk
follow-up
about the
calls.
follow-up. Then so you have to strategize. You have your event, but really take time after the event to reflect on what took place and then the follow-up.
Right.
And then
Yeah.
be consistent and be purposeful, putting those people, that spreadsheet that you mentioned in your CRM, tagging it as a group of, the kitty event or however you want to tag it, and then ensuring that you're, following up with these people and reconnecting, and you know that new menu launch and everything. I mean, that's pretty exciting. I'm excited for you.
Thank you, honey. Yeah, it's gonna be fun.
Yeah.
I'm gonna put
So
I'm gonna put in the Dropbox the thing that we designed. Not that anybody might do
mhm,
exactly what I'm doing, but if they want, if it sparks any kind of uh thing that kindles to your heart that you can
yeah,
but I'll put all the
thank you.
flyers and then we put it on YouTube. I mean, yeah, we put it on YouTube, we put it on TikTok, all that good stuff.
Tanya, is
Thank you. I
this
love it. It's
something,
very colorful.
does this look like something y'all would repeat? I mean, obviously this time around it's an auction and somebody has some private art to sell, but is this something y'all would set up and maybe do like quarterly or something like that?
So
And the
we're
reason I
not going to
ask
probably
this,
do the
mhm,
auction. Oh, go ahead. Sorry.
no, what I'm saying is to get that repeat presence and an
Right.
ongoing presence, whether you can do the auctions or not, is also start your Facebook page that would link to that, tie all of those vendors back together, and it's almost like an ongoing event. And then when she gets new
Yeah.
cats, they can post cat pictures every couple of days. And then it kind of crosses between just her Facebook group, her page, your page, or her business page. And then you'll put those two together. And
Yeah.
then you can always be updating real estate stuff, and she can always be
Sure.
updating cat stuff,
Yeah.
art stuff, and any other vendors that are involved. Obviously, then all 3 or 4, however many sponsors you have, all your sponsors are talking. That's
So we
a big one.
created a Zoom. Yeah, I got
Mhm.
her a paid Zoom account. It's zoomwithkittykingdom.com. So she'll be doing a lot of things and recording and putting that all over social media. We've got Big Ugly Brewing tied into it. They're putting our flyers on every table until June 2nd. And then the other thing, instead of doing an auction in 3 months, like I said, we've got some nurses that want to get involved. We're going to maybe talk to a community of like handicapped children, not autistic, because they tend to be a little bit, you know, be afraid of the cats, or it might not be the
Sure.
best event for the cats
Mhm.
themselves, but maybe some people that are in wheelchairs that just
Right.
need some extra stimulation, and
Mhm.
making a day of that with the hospital. So sky's kind of the limit
Yep.
what we can
And
do
the
here.
more you
I
can
love it.
schedule, the more of these kinds of things you can schedule early, you can start advertising, pre-advertising ahead of
Yeah,
time. So like
yeah,
now you're already talking about what you're going to do in 3 months with the nurses. Now you can start talking that up, have the others, like I said, the Brewskis and all these guys. I
Yeah.
it's webbing all of these together almost into like an event planning service.
right.
I'll explain to you. I've got a guy, but you start weaving everybody's socials together and networks together,
Yeah.
and it just flourishes on its own.
Hey, you know what? That just made me think of something,
Mhm.
Courtney. Since you got
Mhm.
offered the office at the bank, maybe she'll give us a little JME office in the back.
There you go.
Yeah, it'll be a little stool that which cat sits on from day to day, and just put a little LPT
Right.
sign on it, and it's cat of the day.
Exactly.
The LP, let her take a picture and post it on your socials every day.
Hey,
Absolutely,
I'm
that would
there.
work.
Come on in, get some coffee, hang with a cat. I can show you how to buy a house.
Yeah, that's an opportunity right there. So I'm writing some golden nuggets as you guys are having conversations. I'm like, all right, I'm gonna put the golden nuggets in here. Love the ideas and all the feedback. Um, all right, let's see. So someone else I'm gonna bring up, and I know you guys aren't ready to come up and talk, but I would love if to hear from you is Julio. Julio has a virtual webinars that he does consistently, and would love to tie in. What really prompted you to have webinars, right? And how are they working out for you? And is there a connection in person after those webinars that you are doing as well? Are you
Well,
able to speak? Oh yeah, there you are.
yeah, yeah. Yeah, I started as I saw the actually the Home for Heroes program for Florida. So I was trying to find a way to get the word out, not just post it on Facebook or anything like that. It's just and then I get a call from a lender in Broward. His name is Shane Turner. And he said, "Oh, hey, listen, I'm doing this. I'm looking for agents to add to my portfolio here, so I can refer agent buyers to." So I did one with him. He invited me. I did one with him. He's really good. Then the lender that I work with saw when I was running the ads. He said, "Hey, can we do that too?" I go, "Of course, let's do it together." So I started doing it with him, and it's just basically to reach out to more buyers out there. And because a lot of people, believe it or not, even if they're in the police force or teachers, they have no idea that this program exists. I don't know why not. They should know about it, but they don't. So
Hmm.
yeah, and we basically is we do the webinar, then we follow up with them, to see if they get pre-approved, and then start working with them. We'll have a couple of families that they're already in the process of getting, pre-approved and doing that. So yeah,
So
it's
so
it's
your purpose is education on the
right,
lending and process of
right.
purchasing a home.
Yeah. How to get pre-approved, what the
Yeah.
if they qualify for the program, and then
Mm-hmm.
get them to the pre-approval process and help them purchase. There's a lot of misinformation out there, so it's good to
Yeah.
do that. People, you ask
Yeah.
questions, we're in
Education is
the
so
business, and
important.
they ask questions, and you're like, you didn't know that. It's
Yeah. So
shocking
how
sometimes.
often are you doing the webinars?
Like once a month.
Okay.
Yeah,
And how's the
once a month.
turnout there?
Well, on the one that I do with Shane, he's really good at it. He's been doing it for a while, so he gets about 60 to 70 people to attend. He gets about 100 and something registrations on the advertising. He gets a lot of people to log in. And then with my other lender, we just started like we've done like 3 already, but maybe to 20, 15, you know, that's more or less
How's the
That's a
advertising,
great
Julio?
turnout. Yeah.
How,
run
how are
ads
they?
on
How are you? Yeah,
we run
sorry.
the ads on Facebook. We could go through that later on a call, and I'll basically show you how to go ahead and start running the ads. And it's kind of tricky, but Facebook always changes their ways. Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, I've done both. The one that you click and you fill out the form, or the one that you go. I have a landing page on the Chime. I created a landing page for it. So yeah.
I love it. Yeah, that would be a great demo that you can if you can do a demo later on, maybe even pre-record it. We can hear, play
Okay.
it together and learn from it.
Okay. Yeah, I
That's
could put it
awesome.
together. Yeah, I could put it together
Yeah.
and do it live if you want. Yeah, it's easy.
So how's your follow-up after? Like, what does it look like
With
after a
with
webinar?
with time, just go on there and set them up on because when they register through Chime, they already get an automated reach out text, and the AI takes care of it and start sending them properties, and I follow up with the calls to get them to ask them, if they have any questions about the program, and yeah, from there on, you know.
Sounds good. Good. So, is there a in-person consult that comes about? Have you
Yeah,
had that
after
yet?
when they are ready to do, they sit down with the lender. If sometimes they just rather do it on via paper, but I push to have them sit down because in person is totally different. So
Awesome,
yeah.
awesome. And I'm gonna get a little deeper in this, but do you perhaps have like an affiliation with the lender? That way, when the person goes through that process and they're ready, that it comes back to you. I
Oh
know
yeah,
there's
yeah, yeah.
there's lenders out there who have like set up affiliation referring like system already that gives you an actual code, and you can even refer them straight into them, and then it's still in their database with you assigned to them as their
Well,
realtor.
with the Shane, he already has that an advanced mode, and per se.
Hmm.
He has his
Yeah.
own. He runs. He has an app, and the landing page that he provides to me. That landing page is registered to
Perfect.
me. So whoever
Yeah.
registers through him there in that landing page that I market, that lead comes to me. He has a list, and he
Yes.
sends me the list of everybody that's. I'm gonna send you both so you can see both. Maybe you could add yourself to anyone that, and I'll tell Shane that you could the more the merrier, right? So you run ads and stuff, so you could attend both. I'm gonna tell them that whoever, I'm gonna send you the link so you can register
Yeah.
and look at it. He's really good at what he does. He's really good. So yeah.
Awesome. I love it. Have you recorded any of these? So maybe
Yeah,
we can
he
share later.
does.
And
Yeah,
yeah.
he does record them sometimes, but I don't have access to that to share it with you guys. So
Gotcha, gotcha.
he's the
Okay,
one that,
we'll have to attend the next one so we can see
yeah,
how you guys really
it's on
see
the
you guys in
20.
action.
It's actually on the 24th. I was just looking at it because his is on the 24th. Mine is the one that I host is on the 6th. So
Awesome. See, I love it. It's just
yeah,
thinking
on the
outside the
6th.
box, partnering with your with your partners
Yeah.
in the industry, right? That are gonna provide the education, and you don't have to take the full responsibility of hosting this entire event. There's someone
Right.
else who you're leveraging for that, for their expertise, right? So that's their
Right.
role. They're going to educate the client best. You're there to provide them in a different service, but also you're able to, really connect with these people and be the face of for your team, right?
Right.
Love it. I love what you're
Ju-
doing. And it's
Thank you.
webinar, you're home, right? You're comfortable.
Yeah.
Julio,
There's
do
no
you do it in
setup.
Julio? Obviously, you're bilingual. Are you doing it in Spanish and in English? So is that two, or are you just doing it one,
Oh,
and it just depends on the mix of the audience?
the one that I host with my lender, it's English, but we all speak Spanish, so people, they interact in Spanish or English. With Shane
Right,
is mainly just straight up English. Yeah.
straight English. Okay,
Yeah.
thank you.
Okay.
Yeah.
Love it. Love it. Awesome, guys. This is
Anytime.
great stuff. See, I love how we're all like just the juices are flowing. We're talking, we're sharing. So thank you so much, Julio, for sharing. All
You're
right. And then
welcome.
I'm gonna thanks. I'm
I'm
gonna
gonna add
invite
one thing
Courtney
for
because
Shara,
yeah.
Shara, if you don't mind. She's
Yeah,
she's
yeah.
working, so she may not be able to unmute herself. But
Hi,
Shara's
Shara.
husband, he works or he runs, he's associated with one of the local colleges. Shara, can you talk?
Yeah, for a minute.
Tell us about your little event that you want to do with first-time home buyers for the veterans and stuff. Sorry,
Okay,
Jeannie, I didn't mean to
so
take
my
over.
husband, I'm sorry, my husband works for for a um geez Louise, proprietary school. So he works for Aviation Institute of Maintenance, Tidewater Tech, and for Central College. What he has offered or said that we could do with this school is that with the aviation school, there's a lot of veterans that come through there. There's a lot of people that are coming out of school and just doing different things with themselves. And so he wanted to see if we could do some sort of home buying seminars with them, first time home buyers, and even with the Homes for Heroes, because of it being a lot of veterans that come through there. He was just saying that we could come through there just to do like just small classes for the Homes for Heroes, for the first time home buyers. I'm sorry, you guys, I'm really, really tired. So I'm trying to focus and talk. But yeah, that was just basically what it was. Um to offer this times in a couple of campuses. Mostly Hampton Roads campuses because those are the ones that he is currently over. So
Get
that
that
was
started
just an
for you.
opportunity for us
Sorry, I
to
didn't
get
mean to
out
put you
there.
on the
Yeah,
spot. Her husband just came out of the hospital last
you're
night, so she's
fine.
tired.
Oh my gosh.
It's okay.
I hope he recovers fast and
Oh
gets
yeah,
some rest.
he's doing all right. Yeah, I'm trying. This is watching him.
So it
That's
sounds like
what.
your focus is very niche, right? So you're staying true to your reach out in the community, and veterans is from what I hear, veterans are a focus, right? For you?
Yeah. So especially with the Homes for Heroes, I thought it was a great opportunity to present it to them,
Yeah.
to be able to take advantage of that program, and it'd be a great angle to come at them with because a lot of them um a lot of them are military and veterans and coming
Yeah.
into a lot of the teachers are veterans and then a lot of the students are as well.
And you have a big connection with nurses, so we need to do a home buying seminar for Homes for Heroes for you.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So I am currently working. Well, I work for a lab court, but I am within the CPMG community. So it's a really big group of physicians and nurses and everything throughout this area. I also have right down the walkway here a hospice um, hospice community as well. So it, I mean, I know the hospice people won't be able to or aren't looking to buy, but the nurses for Homes for Heroes and things like that. It's a good area to start with, and I would love to be able to step in and do some classes for folks. So I'm in the process of speaking with some of the higher ups with CPMG to see if I would be able to um, present.
Wow. You got a lot of opportunity there to reach out to your community and educate.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
thank you for what you're doing. And, veterans, it's a big part of my heart. My husband is one, my son is also in the military, and education's just not there, right?
Mhm.
They live their life, they give their lives for our country and our freedom, and they're not educated, and I see it more and more. I still, I've been doing this for almost 10 years now, and I have a veteran that I'm working with right now, and he's deployed, right now actually, and he's coming over to Virginia, and it's still like when I speak, for me, it's fluent because I know the benefits, right? And when I
Mhm.
tell them, and they're in their 40s or 50s, and they still don't know, and they purchased more than one home already, and they still don't know their benefits. And so I sit and really explain to them. So it's good for us to have the knowledge, for her to have our partners too that are knowledgeable and explaining all the benefits that are there for our veterans, because education is so
Absolutely.
important. Yeah. So thank you for what you're doing. Get some rest, and I hope your husband recovers very well.
He's
Thank you for
doing well.
jumping on.
I can't complain. He's doing well. Thank you.
Thank
I gotta
you.
go though.
God bless. Okay, thank you. Yeah, and so I did want to highlight someone else very special too that had a great success story, one of his most recent events, and the outcome for me blew me away when he called me last week and told me how'd it go and then what resulted from that. So I would love to hear from Courtney over from Texas.
Woohoo, I
Good
can't wait to
morning.
hear about this.
Thank you. Yeah, a couple of things. Just going and talking to people, and obviously the people we interact with every day really makes a difference. I walked into my credit union, I've been doing business with them for a bunch of years, and the branch manager goes, "Oh, you're a realtor. We're going to have a pop-up event here in front of our branch with a couple of the other stores in the strip mall here. Would you be interested?" And I said, "Well, sure. I work for LPT. I'll figure it all out." So I ordered some prospecting packs and all the good stuff. Went out, bought a tent, bought banners, got it all set up. We did it in a matter of a couple of weeks and we got it. And it wasn't a very good turnout. The weather turned out to be good, but it just wasn't a really good turnout. Their marketing department was not as strong as I thought it would be, but it didn't matter because I got to meet the mortgage vice presidents and things like this within this company, and got to meet and form a relationship with them. And then talking about it, we found out that this credit union has 9 branches around Houston, and they happen to be the official credit union of the Houston Astros. So there's some connections there with their marketing
Yeah.
department that run deep. So in meeting with these people, one of the marketing and the mortgage people said, by the way, we also have an insurance branch because they do auto loans, they do home loans. So they were looking at adding insurance agents on a rotating basis through their office. And they looked at me and they said, well, we don't work with a realtor team. Would you like to work with us? So we're working right now. We're going to meet with their upper management here probably next week, and look at actually having a storefront office for LPT. So pretty exciting. It's still a ways out, a little negotiating here and there, but we're going to figure it out. So, and in the meantime, their loan officer called me yesterday and said, "Hey, I've got a couple not happy with their representation that they currently have. They're looking for houses, and this particular agent with a different brand doesn't want to work at this price point. Would you be interested in helping these people out?" So got my first referral from it. So I'll be meeting with that couple probably tomorrow afternoon is what looks good right now. And yeah, it's all about making those kinds of connections. But the pop-up event was really great. I met they had a lady that makes cupcakes, and they had enterprise rental car. They had some jewelry maker. They had a lady that does cold pressed juices. They had a keto diet lady. So a whole bunch of people. There's about 12 of us, I think, all total. So we all got to know each other.
Wow.
We all posted on each other's Facebook pages and that kind of thing, and said, hey, where y'all going to be next week? Where are you going to be next week? And that kind of stuff. I don't know that it would work in some other locations, but being able to tie in with this bank, and in any place now, I met their marketing director, any place that he's going to be and that the bank is going to be, that they're looking for this. Obviously, I would hope that I'll be at the top of the list when they're looking for a realtor. So that's kind of the big takeaway from that. Was it wasn't a huge event to the public, but it was a really good business connection. And as entrepreneurs, that's the backside of it. We need to make sure that we're building those others. So, and in that, the mortgage guy and I, talking back to what Julio was discussing with the Zooms, they would like to do a educational series for members of the credit union with mortgages and how they work. So we're talking with them. We got a credit repair company that they want to rep. So we're going to have a credit repair guy. We're going to have the mortgage guy and myself. And we're going to do either a Zoom call or an in studio. We're setting up, they have a studio that they can utilize at their main office, probably going to be a conference room, if you will, and set us up and do a 3-way interview and talk about the home buying process, from credit score to qualifying for mortgage to how do we go shopping. So that's growing into another connection within networking businesses together. So that's, I'll let you know how that goes. That's developing. So
absolutely. No,
yep,
thank you
really
so
good.
much.
And then we got
I like
one more.
how you pointed out. Yeah. Oh yeah. That's the big one, right?
The big one, yeah. So with that all being said, I am a disabled veteran as well. So I work with a lot of different guys. There is a company here in Houston that is it's a family entertainment event planning group, and he's a veteran as well. He and his daughter run it, and they're putting together what we call brewskis. So up at the B52 brewery here in Houston, it's called B52s. It's a brewery. Next month, middle of June, we're having a pop-up. Right now, we got 75 vendors, live bands, all kinds of beer tastings and all of this. There's going to be raffles. I'm going to be the only realtor. And it's because of some people who were dishonest with the organizers in the past about Homes for Heroes. So that comes up quite often here. They weren't veterans, and they told people they were veterans, and it upset some people in the community. So be very careful. I've heard it. I've heard that name dropped a couple of times today, and nothing against the organization, what they do. It's how you represent yourself. And when you go to a veterans group and you say, I want to do this, please be clear. Maybe you are a veteran, but if you're not a veteran, please be clear about that, because that does kind of rub some people wrong. So just as an advice. But no, it's this event up in Conroe, Texas. It's about 35 minutes from here. Is growing legs. Now we understand Morgan Luttrell, who is one of the last survivors. You may know him as a Navy SEAL. He happens to be my congressman. He's going to be there. And we have some other politicals coming. We have the mayors of a couple of mayors from different towns in the area coming. And so, yep, we're supporting a cause there called Future Operations Base, run by a disabled Marine. And it's strictly it's a woodworking shop, if you will. He has a shop where guys that need some company and some camaraderie and something crafty to do with their hands, they may not want to do painting things or whatever, but they got woodworking. They can work on stuff. They can build cabinets. There's a lot of woodworking tools. There's some welding machines we're looking to buy from this event. That's some more of what we want to get. We want to get some ironworking tools for you. So it's a good cause for us, and we're also co-sponsoring one of the co-sponsors in it, or I'm sorry, yeah, one of the co-recipients in it is Hounds for Heroes. So they take misplaced hounds from certain, typically they're going to be pit bulls, I'm sure, but bully type dogs, and pair them up with a veteran that needs them. So yeah, it's a good event, and so we're looking forward to it. It's growing by the day. He has VSOs there, so we have Disabled Veterans of America. We have the VFW, American Legion will be there. The list goes on and on for these guys. So I tied in with my mortgage guy. He happens to be a veteran. He and I are both veterans, and both disabled veterans, and he's helped me out a lot with my VA claims and things like that. Again, I didn't know all of what I'm 57 years old. I didn't realize a lot of what I could get until I went to him to start talking about a mortgage, and he's like, Gordon, look at all of this.
Yeah.
Big help. So he's there as well. He'll be in the event with us, and so he's been very, very helpful with getting VA information out to guys. So that's a big one for us.
Wow. Well, thank you. I try to capture as much information as I could and try to put it out there for us
Sorry.
to have. No,
Yeah,
but
sorry about that.
this is wonderful, very niche,
Yeah.
close to your heart, and you
Mhm.
know, that's really it's about when you think of an event. If you want it to be successful, if you want it to grow, stay true to who you are, what you're putting out, you know, because that's the most effective way, I think, in my opinion. I love it. I mean, I'm the type of person who wants to get involved in everything and, you know, and pour my heart into everything. But to really become like a master at this, you have to stay true to your niche, to your community, something that means much more. You're going to be able to connect with it much more and connect with those people even stronger, right? So building that community with you. But thank you guys for sharing. This is incredible. I can't wait to start into play. You know, for me, my big event right now so far that is consistent has been this Wednesdays unplugged with you guys. And you know, I appreciate you guys coming in. I want to make it a community for us to interact together, right? Share what we're doing in our business, whether it's real estate or not. You know, what are we doing to get ourselves right as well, right? Because if we're not right, mindset, physically, right, our health, and we can show up for others. So, you know, for me, it's a holistic thing, and it starts here because I can touch each and every one of you. I can touch many lives as it plays on my other channels when I share it. But I get to connect with you guys and get to know a little bit of more what you're doing personally, which is really fun for me, and it helps me kind of tailor what I want to do. And I'm gonna leave you off with this. I look at it every day. My husband pointed out. He said, "Once you're wearing it, right? This is a bracelet. It says show up." Right? It's an event that I attended to. Chris Crone, amazing person, and he teaches us to show up, but not just show up, but show up 100%. Like there's no 90, 999. I can't say to my husband, "Hey, I only love you 99%, right? Or 90%." Like that's not enough. It's 100%, right? So you're getting everything from me. And then the other side of this says everything goes my way. So I don't know if you guys see it. So if you want to learn more about this, let me know. There's going to be one coming up in September, I think, August, September. But I look at this every day, guys. This is on my desk. I see it. I show up for myself and for my family and for everybody else that I'm going to touch in life. And then everything goes my way. It's just my mindset training, right? Those positive affirmations that I know I'm going to get my way, whatever it is that I want in life and in my business. And that's why things are just flowing, and you guys are all here with me. And then my next thing is my little idol, my Wonder Woman. That's my spirit animal. My little spirit person is Wonder Woman. I love it. And she gives me strength every time I look at it. And so it reminds me of that little person, that who I am. But I show up 100% for you guys, for myself. And thank you guys for all sharing. This is great, great, great. And I love that we're all sharing and growing together. So can't wait to hear the success from Julio's webinar, the next one, and Tanya's event.
This is great. Can I just give a shout out to Michael? He is so sweet and engages in all of our stuff. He's not even a realtor, and he just scooped up everything you said positive. I was watching his face. He's so sweet. We love you, Michael.
Because I'm
we love
learning.
you, and thank you for your support. I tell him all the time, I know, I know he's here and he's a huge supporter, and he's helping us, right? And helping David. but I would love to just sneak him away and just like have that really one-on-one time with him, uncandid,
so
for him to
sweet.
share how it is to work with all of us, right? Because
I know,
behind the
right?
scenes, he does so much. Like, this guy's brilliant. He's a genius.
We should do a
And
one-on-one with Michael.
yes,
Yeah.
I'm gonna ask David. We're gonna ask David because this, I think it's a must, like, to hear his feedback on how he, he sees all of us, right? He
Yeah.
hears all the behind the scenes. He sees all the craziness behind the scenes, and is supportive for us to make it, whatever it is that we're thinking, he makes it a reality a lot of times. So
Yeah.
thank you for being
Awesome.
that person.
Michael, you didn't know you were going to start out
Awesome.
with a great day, did you?
Yeah.
He shows up for us 100%. Well, mainly David,
Course.
but I say us because he does for us a lot. So thank you.
Oh,
All right, guys. Well, thanks so much. Join us every Wednesday, and I'll see you next one.